Go live. Alrighty. We are live. We got
Yippee! Wahoo!
Wahoo Yippee. We got nobody in yet, but that's fine. It's been 8 seconds. So I am still watching Star Wars stuff and doing that kind of stuff, but I
Yeah,
have
I
different
watched.
thoughts today
Oh, okay, all
since you brought it up. We'll talk
right.
about
Yeah.
July 4th and fireworks. Let me just tell you the reasons fireworks are bad. Number 1, they're always the same. They're
True.
just it's
I agree.
I saw them when I was a child every year. That's fine. I've seen them. They're always the same. I have that in my brain. I can just think about it and I know what fireworks are. So I don't need to see them again because nothing new is ever going to happen in the fireworks world. Number 2, they fucking stink. Fireworks smell terrible, and I do not care for it. Number 3, they leave little bits of shit everywhere for just as spread by the wind, just little bits of mostly burned up nonsense. Number 4, the crowds of people that they attract annoy me. Number 5, they're incredibly loud and unpleasant. By now, everybody knows all animals hate fireworks, and we're just torturing them every year. But it is what it is. Number 6, it's not a thing you can opt out of. If somebody wants to shoot off fireworks, everybody else gets fireworks whether they like it or not. You cannot be within fireworks range and choose not to have fireworks intrude on your life. You just don't get that option. So, also,
You're rattling these off the top of the dome, or did you have a list pre-made?
no. These are deeply held beliefs. These are my fireworks convictions.
The passion, I can feel it.
Yeah, these are
from over here.
my fireworks convictions. I do not care for fireworks. The opt out, the inability to opt out of fireworks is definitely my biggest complaint. Like when there's fireworks, they happen around you, and you don't get to choose not to be a part of fireworks. They happen whether you like it or not, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You can opt out of the
everything
visuals, but you can't opt out of the sound.
and the stink and the sound.
That's true. Yeah. The smell too.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
Bome agrees. Yeah, the olds. We
welcome.
love to hate stuff.
Yeah, I'd play devil's advocate, but I
But my
can't
arguments
because
are compelling.
I also just don't really care for him. Like I
Yeah.
don't, yeah, I don't know. It also, I mean, you live in a city, I'd imagine, and so do
I
I. So
do.
like when the city just sets them off, they're within the sound radius for sure. So there's like nothing I can do other than just deal with it. So I'm on the same boat there. I'm not really a fan. They were fun for like couple years when I was a kid, but ever since then, it's like if I have the ability to be somewhere and not hear them or see them, then I would probably prefer that. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, definitely
People
bad
like
for the
them, you know.
environment. But they're also bright, flashy lights, and people like that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I feel like has replayability or is fun seeing it multiple times, even though it isn't different. Fireworks are not one of those things. There's like not
There,
enough going
there,
on.
there's no new innovations you got to come back for the next year to see what's changed in the fireworks game.
hmm
It's it's copper and sodium and like it's the same, half dozen or so metals being burned up 150 feet in the air. Sure, but it's the same pretty lights every time, Purple. I mean, I realize you're like at least reasonably on my side, or at least can like get the points I'm making. But fun to look at the pretty lights. Like, watch a video. You know, don't make it my problem. That's all I'm saying.
We just have to make soundless fireworks, which should be totally easy.
With no fire risk, and also no stink, and also no detritus left over.
We're pretty much just talking about stars. That's really all. That's really all it is.
Love stars. Big fan of stars. Love stars. Big fan of that. Yeah. Papa knows. Everybody. Yeah. Dogs don't get it. Dogs don't get to opt out either.
Yeah. They don't know what's going on either.
Exactly. Anyway, fireworks are bad, but you know what's not bad?
Weekly heat, baby.
The heat. The heat. And we're starting off with the commish versus LS. We got... Yeah, exactly. Go to a planetarium. Watch a laser show. Like, you know.
Agreed.
Fireworks. F tier. F tier holiday tradition.
Never drafting.
Couldn't pay me to put fireworks on my team.
That's
right,
what I'm talking about. That's dedication.
So we're watching. This is game 3 of the Sam Axe versus LS set, right? Sam Axe won game 1 in a kind of like sketchy end game of Growlithe versus Zoroark, where it should have been locked up, but then Growlithe got a big crit, and then lived on like 2%, and then missed the Heat Wave to not kill the Zoroark, and then Zoroark finishes off the Growlithe. So game 1, little sketchy, but you know, if none of that RNG stuff happens, I think Sam Axe probably wins it anyway. Game 2, Sam Axe does some weird switching that I don't quite get. Kind of just ends up in a bad position a couple turns in a row. LS is able to capitalize and wins game 2. Game 3 is a fun one. Sam Axe brought all 5 except Copperajah across the first 2 games, and then pivots to a Trick Room mode for this game 3, and Copperajah. It just feels like Copperajah should have been there the whole time, because it's just
putting in work.
Much stronger. Like, just got the job done, right? So we trade Intimidates, switch out, get the Copperajah in. Crunch does nothing. Trick Room goes up. And now Sam Axe is in a great position. LS has got to do some defensive switching. Yawns to keep the switches coming. Huge Terrifier Heat Crash damage is nice. Terrifier nice into the team that LS brought with no Rhydon and no Flash Fire Growlithe.
Mm-hmm.
So able to... Hydro Pump's miss is kind of rough, but nice Protect reads. This Reuniclus is going to fall asleep. The Slowking lives and then gets a little health back. Finish off the Reuniclus. Finish off the Mabostiff as the Trick Room expires. And the Luxray can come in. These two are going to take some Intimidates. And kind of just feels like Sam Axe can clean this up a bit, right? Like, neither of these Pokemon are particularly fast. Luxray can do some nice damage. Burn finishes off the Heracross.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 2 Pokemon can come in here to 2v1 the Beartic, and Beartic doesn't have moves to kill 2 Pokemon here, especially not at -1/-1 on defenses.
Yeah, after the close combat, yeah.
But just from beginning to end, Sam Axe felt very, very in control of this game 3 in a way that neither player really felt in control all that much in either of the first 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
But this game 3, saving the Trick Room and the Copperajah, uh, for a game 3 mix up after realizing that Thwacky was really not particularly useful.
It just wasn't dealing damage too. I
Yeah,
remember I think
stab not really doing much except into
yeah.
this ×4 and didn't even right on not even coming. So who cares about that? The with Reuniclus being able to get Trick Room up pretty reliably when Drifblim is in, means that like a super fast Drifblim is not going to be able to like just KO the Reuniclus anyway. So switching to that Trick Room for game 2 or for game 3, pretty
It's
nice
smart.
there for Samax. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a smart decision.
and a fun game to watch. Lots of just tight plays, and yeah, Samax felt very in control basically that whole game 3. Very well done.
Yeah, Slowking's a great mon for low tier. I mean, I think it's good in general, but
Yeah,
it's really showing its worth here by tanking 2 super effective hits and still getting Trick Room up, and then dealing some good damage with Hydro, even though it missed one.
Yeah, the crunch kind of anemic there on turn 1 between the Intimidate and the fact that Slowking is just very bulky, like basically meaning that super effective move not really getting anything done, and then living on like 8% or something like that, and then eating the berry to just stay alive and keep doing relevant things was pretty nice. Well done. I used to prefer Slowbro until I started doing Draft League, and now I prefer Slowking, even though they are pretty similar.
Yeah, they're very similar. I like
I do
Slowking
like
better. I mean, I haven't
Slowking
actually used
better.
Slowbro, but I think Slowking's nicer because it's has better special bulk, and you can usually offset it and help with like burn or intimidate and stuff on the physical side. So, yeah, it's a great mon. It's a fantastic mon. It's really showing why it's top tier in this format. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I also like that Samax didn't really bother with any illusion stuff in this game 3. Like, sometimes the illusion mind games can be nice, but a lot of Samax's abilities announce themselves. Right?
Yeah.
Intimidate or Guts is announcing itself via a Flame Orb, Grassy Surge, potentially Unburden on a Drifblim, stuff like that have kind of been an issue in the past a bit. So just Zoroark is fast and has a good special attack stat and good coverage moves was enough for this one, and got it done. Well done. Next up, we got another game 3 here from Slime Red and the Jordan. Slime Red versus the Jordan. The slimiest.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So let's see. Game 1 of this. I didn't write down my notes for how game 1 and game 2 won, but you each won one.
Yep.
I think Poltegeist got to do its stuff in game 2, and Cloyster kind of went nuts in game 1, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It was me, Shell Smash, win game 1, Jordan, Shell Smash, game 2, win.
Yeah,
I mean, both
exactly.
games were still close,
Yeah.
but that pretty much like summarizes like the main points. So it was very close for the first 2 games for sure. Doesn't really get any closer than that.
So we got this game 3 for all of it going on here, and total mix-up of Flygon just fast enough to get the Tailwind set up, and a Protect here. Follow me, who cares? You get your Shell Smash up, and still faster in Tailwind here. Max of 134, doubled is 268. Whereas both of these mons at a max of 167 are going to outspeed that. I assume you were EV to be just faster, so you could have a little extra bulk or something like that, but regardless, yeah. Faster in Tailwind means Flygon can set Sunny Day and just remind everybody why Charizard is maybe the most featured mon in 2 seasons of Weekly Heat. It just kills stuff. Solar Power, Life Orb in the sun. Get him dead. Yeah, and I mean
Yeah.
that's basically game over at this point, right? Rain Dance, who cares? Sunny Day again. Great call there, by the way. The second
I
sunny day.
it was I mean the Flygon set didn't really have anything else to I could have clicked Earthquake, but I was like
Yeah,
I had no reason not to click Sunny Day in that position, assuming rain. If rain wasn't clicked, solar powered heat wave probably just KOs anyway. So it was like I had no reason not to click it.
yeah, and Rain Dance was shown game one, I think, right? Jordan was trying to set up some Swift Swim with the
Yeah.
Overquill, I believe, right? Yeah, so you
Yep.
knew the Rain Dance was there
Hmm.
with Overquill and Riolu in the back there. Rain Dance seems like the nice play.
Hmm.
Definitely gets to go up, and then maybe if it was in between that, if you're faster than Max Shell Smash, but maybe not faster than Swift Swim Overquill, then maybe Overquill gets to go first and kill some stuff. But yeah,
Hmm.
just brutal. Heat Wave, no misses. Heat Wave
Yeah.
miss is for Growliths, not Charizards.
Yeah. And a miss would have been bad too, depending on who I missed. So it's, I mean, 90%'s good, but those 10% rear their ugly head more often than than you'd like. So
Yeah, 4 kills across 2 turns with 2 moves for the Charizard.
I'll take
Brutal.
it, but I don't know if I'll be getting that combo off again. 'Cause I'm sure everyone's aware of it.
Well, and the speed tiers kind of just came out in your favor, right? With Jordan, I mean Jordan
That
brought the
lead, yeah. That
the
specific lead was like the main lead that I could outspeed with
yeah,
Tailwind
but when it lines up just right, just dial it in, get the download, and delete them.
and just run with it, yeah. In hope.
Yeah, scary stuff. All right, so we're gonna watch Bone versus Ryan game one, but I do want to talk about Firefall's Grafii. We'll do some like honorable mention stuff, and since we're talking about heat waves, we had the Doodle to copy Flash Fire to
Oh,
protect from the heat wave, and I've got the paste up on the stream, but it's just an image in my OBS, so
mhm.
unfortunately, Goose can't see it. But it's
That's
it was
okay.
Rain Dance, Knockoff, Encore, and Doodle with a Covert Cloak. Uh, the Encore was also very strong in that set
Mhm.
for Firefalls, but the Doodle Flash Fire was so awesome. The Doodle No Guard maybe less awesome, right? Guarantee that you're gonna get put to sleep with the sleep powders and stuff like that. But you know, uh, sometimes we're here for a heat time, not a great strategic play time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It can be cool. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have worked. But yeah, that doodle plate was insane. I remember
yeah,
I
that was
watched the
nice.
replay back and I was just like, what? I don't know that I would have thought of that in the moment. So, but I feel like that's not something that you think of off the top of your head. I feel like that was intentional prep.
Oh,
Not that,
definitely, yeah.
yeah, that you,
Firefalls
they're just like,
mentioned that was the heat prep that they were
mhm,
excited to break out.
yeah.
The other honorable mention, I don't have a paste for it because it's not the paste that is particularly interesting, but in game one of Purple versus Sora, Sora's Pheasantipity got Toxic Chain Toxic at the first opportunity for all four, like the earliest possible opportunity for all four Mons in game one. So turn one, it was double toxic. Turn
Yep.
one off a spread move, and
Hmm.
then turn two. I think it was turn two. One Pokemon switched and got hit and got toxic, and then when the fourth Mon came in, it also got hit and toxic on that first hit. So 4 for 4 in that game. Altogether, Pheasantipity across 2 conferences got like 9 or 10 toxics across their games. So secondary effects in full effect for week 2 here. Bring your covert cloaks versus Pheasantipity
Terror
because
Steel, Terror Poison.
they're hacking the game.
Yeah, that's that's pretty great. Get your Hex Mons.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's
exactly,
wild.
right?
Spread moves are great for that too. Toxic Chain goes crazy.
Yeah, that's sweet. All right. Next, we've got Bohm versus Ryan. So this is game one. Um, and Bohm's turn one and turn two play here is an excellent, just great reads, and I assume a planned interaction, right?
Mhm.
So we get the Primeape and Mesprit lead versus Skarmory Galvantula. So the
That's
Galvantula dies. That I don't think is part of the play,
the
right? But
plan.
this is a final
Yeah.
gambit, right? So Primeape is also dying, trading one for one, and we've got the Whirlwind to prevent a Trick Room setup. Does get the end of turn burn for Ryan, which is
Mhm.
kind of annoying, but
Yeah.
Bohm gets to just bring in the Espeon, which Terra Ghosts and has to be ghost like that. Terra Ghost is definitely for Facade, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. The Terra Water to live the Psyshock is nice, but
Mm.
once this Iron Defense is up and this Ghost type, this is just pretty impenetrable for the remaining offenses of Ryan here, right? Mesprit, you know, might be able to do something here, but Venonat's going to die.
Oh, that's a lot
Ursaring
of damage.
dies, and Ryan's in a 3v1.
That's a resisted hit.
Yeah, two resisted hits, putting it to 50%. Trick Room, don't care,
Yeah,
and just finish it off. Yeah,
that's just a tough spot, yeah.
crazy, great play and a clear plan. Right, prevent the Trick Room from going up, so you can get an Iron Defense, and then you mostly just don't care. You can just start picking stuff off.
Yeah. Bohm's got a really fast team too, so I think Bohm's gonna be pretty prepared for Trick Room most weeks, and this definitely showcases that preparation for sure.
Yeah, I do really like Ryan's Venonat set. We end up seeing Sleep Powder, and I want to say, I don't remember what the third move we see was, but it's an attacking move that is nice to have once you've done what you need to do. But just
Mhm.
the sort of set you want in a cheap support mon like Venonat, which has been
Yeah.
probably pretty nice to have in terms of prep, right? You get
Mhm.
the compoundized sleep powder,
Yeah,
plus some
it's definitely
cheap redirection to let your Samurott swords dance, or give your Ursa Ring a turn to get the guts boost, something like that, or set Trick Room with Mesprit. So
Mhm. Definitely,
very nice.
definitely forces some prep out of a low point mon, which is already putting in value just by forcing people to prep around it. So that's pretty sweet.
And then game two, obviously the Terra Grass on Galvantula to dodge the sleep powder, and then start hitting thunder after thunder with the compoundized thunders. Uh,
Mhm.
Pretty nice in that game two for Plum as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just a clean match right here.
yep.
Clean game one.
All right, we got two more single games and then a full set we're gonna watch. We got
Yippee!
Poppin versus Canner here. We're gonna watch game one, and this one felt pretty over. At least this first game felt like it was over in prep and on turn one.
Mhm.
So we have the Floatzel in versus. Oh, I guess it wasn't turn one. It was when the Clodsire and Lapras come in, right? We
Yeah.
we discover that Poppin has double water absorb, and Canner brought both water types. Right? Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Just get it
Oh,
dead. And
holy.
yeah, now we're double water types, and they just can't, like, what could they possibly do, right?
Yeah,
It's just
what do you do here?
Canner has to have been like, oh, double water absorb. What is happening?
I think
I mean,
Floatzel
it's
needs like
possible, right? Unaware is definitely something that Clodsire might want to run,
yeah.
but when you see that it's
Yeah,
the what
it's
sparkling aria, yeah, and then it announces its water absorb as well.
yeah,
This
it's
one's just absolutely over. I mean, just doesn't care. Clodsire's so bulky, and
yeah.
freeze dry plus high horsepower. Even get the knowledge, the weakness policy knowledge.
Yeah, that's a tough one because you can play around it for game two. Or I don't even know which game this was, but
This was game one. Yeah.
it was
So
game one. Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, you can
Canner
play around it.
then obviously does not bring two water types to game two.
Yeah,
I
that's
think this one goes 3 games, if I remember correctly, but it might be just two. But yeah,
I don't remember off the top of my head.
doesn't doesn't bring the double water for the next game, whereas the double water absorb does come. And yeah, living the +2 flash cannon is also pretty impressive for this Lapras.
There's a reason it was picked
From
first.
the
You know what I'm
board.
saying? It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with any sort of draft draft gimmicks or anything. It was definitely a strategic play.
Yeah, Lapras was always one of the ones I liked back in the day. Just
Yeah.
could never really hang, but it's doing all right this season.
It's a solid mon. It's got a great base stat total, tough to kind of break through. A lot of different moves. It's got a lot of good options. So that's just don't bring your water types against Poppin.
Yeah,
This is lesson learned. Don't
yeah,
do it. It's not worth
don't
it.
bring your double waters.
Yeah.
Bring your defensive water types. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't bring like Empoleon, sure. Floatzel, maybe not. So
That's a tough call to make.
for
Yeah.
Poppin's opponents, weeks 3 through 7.
Yeah, don't just
That's
beware.
yeah.
Oh, that's Poppin's gonna have a lot of fun with this team, I think. There's like a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
Poppin
good
likes
stuff.
his frisk fake out, which is what he led with. So
Yeah, every season he drafts Frisk Fake Out.
it's good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Covert Cloak. I'll just hit the other slot then.
yep.
It's yeah,
All right.
it's fun.
Next up here we got the a battle asking the question: should Regirock maybe not have been allowed in this
Oh,
format? Is it too good to
and at
hang
like
with these with
17
Nose
points, I
Pass
think.
and Crabominable?
Well, when you put it that way, it seems a little. It seems like a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, also, it's kind of the season of contrary mons. Like, Lee Vanny has been good. Malamar has been good. It's been kind of going here, right? I do like the taunt turn 1.
Mhm.
Prevents the iron defense is nice, but it can also just attack. And, yeah, fast screens Electivire are also fun.
Yeah,
I mean, well, Regirock
just
can
to
just
really make it.
throw some rock slides out, but yeah. Switch out. A Terra Ground is nice.
Another taunt.
Huge damage.
Oh,
But
even
did
get the
get the
special
Earth Power.
drop.
Yeah, the Earth Power special drop, resulting in a special defense increase,
Oh, a
making
10%
the
chance you hate to see.
making the contrary even beefier.
Yeah.
And
Oh
Baton
my
Pass
god.
is crazy. Although later on, at the end of the last game of this set, Jolteon points out that this was not supposed to be a pass into Swampert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I assume it was supposed to be into Overquill instead. That it
Yeah.
was a misclick of some kind. Or it might have been a Terra misclick, something like that. There was a misclick involved in the Baton Pass.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought this Shrek was in a this Swampert was in a great position here.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't seem like he was really punished
yeah,
for
and
making
it just
anything
feels like
happen.
Jolteon is in like a great position here, right? Get to switch
Yeah.
in the Intimidate. What's this Donphan gonna do? Earth Power's doing 45% to the Regirock. The
Hmm.
screens are gonna be gone sooner or later. It's now a 4v1, and Rest Chesto Berry comes out. Regirock is now at max health, Iron defensed up, still has screens for another turn and light screen for 2 turns, and it just takes a kill, and then it
Trying to
takes
get
no
that
damage,
poison.
and then it
Nope.
still takes no damage,
Yeah. Oh boy.
and then it takes a kill, and then it's going to
Knowing
take no damage,
this is painful. Oh.
and then it's going to take a kill,
It's so painful.
and then it's going to take no damage, and then it's going to take a kill.
Oh man. Oh.
The
It's like at any
4v.
point,
Oof.
Barbarage like poisoned, like I feel like you win that because
If it had
the
been
poison.
early enough, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like one of the earlier Barbarages, but no poison, and then you're just trying to deal damage instead at that point because
Yeah, the only thing getting
you're not getting
poisons this
poisoned.
week was Pheasantipity.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of them. That's so tough. Yeah, Regirock just I mean even with just one Iron Defense up and then getting taunted.
It did have screens for a turn or
Oh
two.
yeah.
Both screens for 1 turn, and then just light screen for a second turn also. But then yeah, they
Yeah.
go down, and Resto Chesto plus an Iron Defense and Body Press just kills everything. And no Drift
Yeah.
Blim means Regirock gets to just eat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that misclick into Swampert did end up kind of getting punished because I think Swampert was a special attacker and all the offensive boosts are physical, so
Yeah.
didn't really get to take advantage of it other than the bulk that it had. So that's very unfortunate. 'Cause I think Overquote could have been doing a lot of damage with the what was it like +3 or something?
Yeah, +3 and +3 defense and +1 special defense as well. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
it could have been chunking stuff for sure. Unfortunate misclick.
but yeah, that's why you gotta keep your eye on the silly high number defensive stat mons in a low format like this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Heaven saying Regirock when he's against only physical. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, it's
absolutely.
it's kind of spooky.
So this, we're gonna watch the full set here. It's 2 games. Spinnerack versus Keith. Um, I watched this one live. I just happened to be chilling, and so I did some I did some note taking live and stuff like that. I was like, this one's going in the weekly heat. This was sweet.
I heard about
Just
this one and I intentionally did not watch it so
just keep
I
your eye
could
on this
see it.
bird here. Just this little flappy guy over here on Spinnerack's side.
Star Raptor.
Just watch out for this bird here. So we're gonna start
No,
off with Intimidate.
don't do it to Flygon, please.
No,
No.
no, no. We're gonna get the Intimidate, but then it's gonna get flinched, and we get Tailwind up. So it's looking pretty okay for Keith here, right? He's got Ice type to threaten this Staraptor. Morgrim's not particularly strong. It would take a double up on this Flygon to kill it. It's gonna get to do things, but we get the Reflect and the Triple Axle
Oh,
miss. Both brutal.
that is very
Rock
tough.
Slide, just don't care about him. Lantern's gonna come in, and we're just chilling. Light screen comes up. Brick Break into the Protect is a great call. Like that's like a genius level call by Spinnerack, or else just lucky.
Hmm.
But yeah, getting
Works out either way.
the screens to stay up here for this next turn.
Really just
Uh,
burning
they
out
are
that
going to go
tailwind
again.
too.
Yeah, they're going to go down again here, but Terra Fairy means this Ice Beam does nothing. Or, yeah, Ice Beam does nothing. Dragon Pulse kills the Weavile. Dragon Pulse into the Protect. Thunderbolt, not doing much. We're getting screens up again, and they're just going to get to stay up for the rest of the game here at this point. Just barely living on that Thunderbolt is pretty nice for Spinnerack here in this first game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about time for Staraptor to come back in.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Finish off the Duraludon there. Morgrim, very slow, but basically doesn't care. Just getting a little chip where it can. Infestation. And honestly, the whole time, it feels like Keith is like just kind of in the driver's seat, more or less. Right?
Yeah.
Breaking screens, chunking Pokemon, but not really taking too much damage in return. You've got this Terra Steel Hydrapple that's in very nice position here. The Morgrim's going to go down soon. You've got Lantern at pretty high health. Both Mons in the back, relatively frail. Neither one loves taking Thunderbolts. But yeah, Spinnerack manages to stall out this Tailwind from the first couple turns here and just stay alive, stay around. Mm-hmm. Staraptor comes in, intimidates don't matter here. We get the Swagger reveal. Hits a Swagger, boy. So skill difference right there. Hit your Swaggers, everybody. Mirror Herb to double attack, and now the Staraptor's scary. Close combat.
Just gonna run through everything, yeah.
Yeah, just gonna clean up these last two. Hits itself in confusion for 20% or whatever. Second close combat finishes that one off. And Spinnerack's laughing. Game 1 goes to the spider, but really game 1 goes to the bird, Staraptor. So as fun as that is to watch, it does get even sillier here in game 2.
Oh boy. Can't wait to see it.
So it is the same 4 from Spinnerack's side, and we do get some change ups here from Keith, right? We get the Trick Room set up on the turn that the Quiver Dance happens, which is nice because now this Frostmonth is just like do. I'm last, and everything kills it, right? I mean, you've got the Flamethrower for coverage, and you've got presumably a Steel move here as well.
Yeah, Berserker definitely kills it. That's for sure.
Dark Pulse, not even a 2-shot.
Yeah.
Terra Water is nice, allowing it to live.
Yeah.
And we're taking chunks. Just trying to stall out this Trick Room here from Spinnerack's side, whereas Keith is trying to capitalize on it and kind of just not having the offense needed to get through these super beefy Duraludon, right? And then the screens come up, and it's even more of a pain.
Getting the Electro Web out, prepping for the non-Trick Room.
As the Trick Room is ending, is another nice call, right?
Yeah. Hydrapple's still pretty slow though.
Still pretty slow though, but the Duraludon's dead. All right, so we learned last time Swagger and Mirror Herb.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see that again. Calls the Protect correctly, hits the Swagger, copies the boosts, and Thief to take the Assault Vest. And now just unkillable, right?
Thief is wild. I don't know.
+2 with Assault Vest. We can, close combat into this Hydrapple forever. The Slowking Galar probably doesn't really have any way to handle this Staraptor before the Hydrapple is dead. Does get the Trick Room set up, but we're just doing some disruption.
Look at that AV. Oh yeah.
AV just shrugs off the Psychic and the Fickle Beam, doesn't even care. And just rough life. 2 confusion hits is rough.
The Swagger hits are pretty bad. That's oh man. Thief is an insane bring. That's just
with the swagger mirror herb tech I like a lot. Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty
knowing that
nice.
you're gonna lose the item. That's still crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like you're not gonna see Thief in like VGC like almost ever. So the
I
fact that we
like
saw it
Thief
here.
on normal type technician Pokemon.
Hmm.
So like Ambipom, I like Thief on. Um, if you're gonna have Chinchino with Technician because you need to like loaded dice Technician Tail Slap for just like maximum damage instead of 5 hit reliability. Maybe
Hmm.
you want Thief there as well because the dark typing covers it so well. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, on a non technician Pokemon, I don't think I've ever run Thief.
Yeah, that's I would love to know like the reasoning behind that. I don't know if it was posted in
I
Discord at
mean,
all, but
I assume for value, right? Like if you're gonna run, like if your plan is Swagger plus Mirror Herb, and then you want to just thief on something that's gonna do a big chunk and maybe take an important item or something like that,
yeah, it
makes
has
sense.
acrobatics, close combat, tailwind, thief, which is like that's a very interesting set because you have thief to take an item, which reduces your acrobatics damage. So it's kind of like you have you feel like it's anti synergistic,
Yeah,
but
so
at the
mostly
same
you're gonna
time you have
use
the option.
one or the other, but basically never both in the same game. But
Yeah,
yeah,
worked out. That's a lot of
alrighty,
game.
that is the selection of heat we've got for the week. Any words of wisdom for the fans, Goose?
No, that was fun. I mean, weekly heat's such a great idea, and on your part for having these videos weekly when you
Oh,
started them
I know
last
what we can
season is
do.
nice too.
We're doing it live here. All right.
Oh boy, what's happening?
Oh
What's going
yeah.
on?
We're gonna pull up the schedule, and we're going
Oh,
to pick. Um, let's see, which division are you in? Where are you at?
that one, yeah. Wiglet.
There you are. Okay, so we don't want to do one of these ones because you will have thought about it more. Um, let's see. Braff versus Electric. We're gonna look at their teams, and we're gonna pick a winner just for that one only.
Okay, I'm down.
Tentacool,
That sounds
Aquatic,
fun. I know
Braff,
Braff's team off the top of my head, so
and
how could I forget that team?
Electric.
Oh,
All right, so we got Duraludon, Fletchinder, Sneasel. Oh, Electric's actually off the screen. Hold on. We gotta do some on the fly changes here to the stream.
I can at least see the dock still, so I see both teams.
There we go. All right, both now visible on the stream as well.
Nice.
Just had to make it a little bigger. All right, so
Mhm.
two bulky dragon types that love to be steel, either are steel type or love to be steel type. Um, we've got Ursa Ring, Scyther, and the White Stripe Basculin has been pretty decent for Braff as like a cleanup mon as well.
Yeah, does a pretty good amount of damage.
It doesn't
Plus, you can.
not necessarily looking super great with all these normal types and Jolteon around.
Hmm.
So I don't know. How
Gonna
is
be a tough
Braff
one.
supposed to deal with this Hydrapple?
Uh, Probably. I was thinking that, triple axle from Sneasel probably
Yeah, it's
hits
not even
a couple
stab
months.
though, and like that's just is like such an obvious Terra in that situation, right? You just Terra out of that 4x weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Hydrapple I think is going to be a real problem for Braff. Along with I mean, just these other fast Pokemon that can also be disruptive. Curse
Hmm.
Haunter, heaven says. I don't hate that. I mean, I kind of hate it because Haunter is very frail, but
Destiny Bond or something. I don't know.
there now we're talking Destiny Bond Haunter. That is some that's some spice I can get behind.
wonder if Dracula gets
I
Destiny
was
Bond
just
too.
thinking, does Dracula get Destiny
Destiny
Bond?
Bond like half the team, and then just like clean it up with like Duraludon and Sneasel or something, just outspeed or Scyther,
But yeah,
something
this
like that.
this seems like a very scary team for Braff to have to deal with. I think I'm picking Electric to win this one. Just has
Well,
more immediate offense
yeah.
and scary like defensive inevitability that I just don't think Braff really has the tools on this team to break through.
Yeah, I like the Trick Room mode on Electric's team a lot better. Obviously, Electric still has like a ton of fast mons, but I feel like I don't know. Hydrapple and Trick Room and Clodsire just as like a wall seem even Bennett offensively seems like really good to like frisk and then you
Yeah,
can
potentially.
take out with Weavile or something. But yeah, Electric's team has a lot of options, but it wouldn't be fun if I also picked Electric's team. So I'm gonna
You're gonna
stick
pick
it with
Braff?
I'm
All
gonna
right.
stick with Graf. I believe in the little fellas. They can do it.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll unless it's a totally boring snooze fest. I suspect we will probably watch this match next Monday
Yeah, that'd be
with
sweet.
whoever I've got. But
See how it
yeah.
pans out. I'll write it
All right.
down.
So that's the official weekly Heat predictions. Goose says Braff. James says Electric. Alrighty. With that, just want to remind you all that uh, the fireworks are bad. You should not uh, shoot them off. And we love you very much.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
See ya.